Good morning, sunshine. Let's go for a bike ride. It's around 37 minutes. Let's do it. Hey, indoor cycle. Here we go. Yeah. Resistance stand.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm your trainer Tommy Ribs. We are once again in the vineyards above Lake Geneva in the beautiful country of Switzerland. Today we have another easy recovery ride. It's our end of week 2, so let's start out with an
Don't
easy
be
warm-up.
fooled. It's not gonna be easy.
We'll get after it. Let's do it, guys.
I've been lied to before by Tommy Reeves. Definitely.
Alright, so you guys know the drill by now. We're in our swans again, so that means easy recovery. Also means that for the first 5 minutes we're just going to spin nice and easy. So don't worry about cadence, just find whatever feels comfortable for you.
Resistance 11 flat.
This is an important day to try and flush out some of that waste that we've accumulated over the last 3 days of climbing. So if you're doing these successively day after day after day, this would be the end of week 2, workout number 10. As I mentioned before, we are back here again in the beautiful vineyards above Lake Geneva. So right now, driving through these apple orchards, it's really cool how they do these apples here. So I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and there's lots of apples up there. It's really cool how they set these up. It's more like a vineyard. So instead of having these big trees with lots of space between them to where they prune, to where they grow out, these are smaller trees.
Incline one, resistance 11.
They've paired them in a way so that they grow out in these selective branches. Really cool stuff. I kind of nerd out on that, but bonjour. Yeah, so I mean, it's amazing just to be able to see the diversity of some of the farming, systems that they have here, and then also the different products, like the range of products. As I mentioned, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. It made me a produce snob. So I worked on these farms, used to work in potatoes and corn, and onions, and watermelons, cantaloupe, cherries, blueberries, alfalfa, basically any crop you could imagine. It's really cool to see the difference between those giant corporate farms and the smaller, more intimate farms they have here. All right, so we're gonna take a sharp left. Slight incline.
Incline 3, resistance 12.
Hop out of the saddle if you want. So seeing the way that they farm here, it's not difficult to see why, areas in this region have been selected, nominated, and accepted into UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Literally to preserve the way that agriculture has been done in this area for millennia, literally thousands of years. The traditions that were started by the monks back in the 1200s, and
Minus
that
113.
knowledge of the land has been passed on from generation to generation and maintained through the language as well as through the cultures. That concept of how different environmental factors, whether it's the soil or the sun or the humidity, the moisture, the precipitation that falls, as well as the groundwater, the different mineral content, the way that they have diversity of different agricultural products, the different livestock, and the way that that contributes to the soil quality. All of this is a concept which in viticulture is the study of wine, is known as, in French, the word is terroir, so Terroir. And it's this single word that encompasses that entire concept. So this study of all the different environmental factors. And it's really cool to see how culture and language has helped preserve that in this area. So, you know, so much so that this is an area which has been preserved and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So pretty amazing stuff. All right, we're going to
Incline to resistance 13. Target RPM 80.
All right, I got to keep reminding myself to keep my shoulders down. So, you know, you may find things about your posture that changes in a negative way as you get tired, or, you know, as the day progresses for you. Or, you know, it's just you carry that accumulated fatigue from one day to the next.
Minus
So as you
1
notice those
resistance
things,
13.
make those corrections.
Target RPM 90.
All right, so whatever those little quirks that you notice about yourself
Flat 13.
and your posture, whenever you're not keeping your back neutral, your spine neutral, make sure you go ahead and try to correct those things. We're going to jump in here, try to make this roundabout. Beep, beep. And here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to figure out a way to check this thing out. This is the biggest bouncy house. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a detour, but it looks like it's probably worth it. Okay, so check this out. Oh man, this is probably for kids, but I would totally come play in this bouncy house. Isn't it? Alright. I gotta figure out a way to get over there and check this out. Okay, so this is called Peppy Land. Oh my goodness. This seriously would be worth just this. Traveling all the way to Switzerland just to check this out. Wow. Alright. Jeez. Oh, it's like a water park bouncy house. Alright, so let's keep moving. We are going to work our way down into the little village of Morges. Morges is spelled M-O-R-G-E-S. Morges was originally established during Neolithic times. But it was reestablished in the 1200s. We're going to see the castle of Morges. We'll go check it out. Alright, so try best as you can to keep that cadence in that zone that we talked about. So during these flat areas, shoot for about 90. And during these inclines, shoot for at least 70. Alright. Okay, we're going to go down and check out this marina. Off to my right, Let's see if we can sneak in here just real quick and check this out. So this is the castle of Morges, built in the 1200s. Wow. Check out those walls. It's insane how well those walls are still held together. Let's make a little loop in here and we can check this out, and then we'll exit and then go look at this marina. So in French it's known as the Chateau de Morges. So chateau is a French word for castle or palace. We can see these old cannons. Wow, that's insane. Fantastique. All right, so we'll exit out the same way that we came in, and then we'll go check out this marina. So I'm going to be careful coming onto this road so as to not get dead. All right, so we have this marina, and then we have Lake Geneva, and then we have the Alps right behind it. It's not difficult to see why this place is so amazing.
It's challenging, yeah, to keep up 90
So another
cadence.
fun little fact, this is the city where Audrey Hepburn was married in 1969. Let's see if we can get a little closer on this boardwalk, but I want to be careful with all the people. Let's go ahead and try and keep our cadence up right around 90. And I'm going to get a little closer down here. So this city is known for its flowers. So this time of year, when all the flowers are blooming, there's hundreds of different varieties. It's seriously so amazing. Let's keep that cadence nice and high, and make sure that your intensity doesn't go above that low intensity. So keep that heart rate down below 77% of your max. You remember how to calculate that by now. Let's go 220 minus your age. And then multiply that by 0.77, so 77%. And that's our upper limit, so that's the ceiling. We don't want to go any higher than that. If you need another cue, remember that you should be able to breathe through your nose, or you should be able to have a conversation. So the city is known for the flowers, obviously. It's known for the castle, the Chateau de Morges. It's also known for this boardwalk and this incredible marina. So all of this comes together and creates this really iconic Swiss setting. So the combination of the lake and the mountains, the nice temperature, everything's been so well preserved and maintained throughout literally thousands of years. So because of this strategic defense that Switzerland has employed, enabling them to stay neutral during, some of these major conflicts that have taken place, you're able to see a country that hasn't had to rebuild itself, at least not for the last, several centuries. And because of that, you've got these traditions that run deep. You've got these cultures, fiercely independent people, the variety that you find throughout these different regions, the dialects, which help maintain the cultural diversity.
Minus
And just
113.
this, really proud notion of being Swiss. So you might notice that the abbreviation, the international
13.
abbreviation for Switzerland is actually CH. So that kind of seems a little bit counterintuitive. The reason for that, though, is because originally, before the Roman occupation, as I mentioned, this area was originally founded by a Celtic civilization, and they were known as the Helvetica Confederation. And so when that's translated into English, it's the Helvetica Confederation, but in its original, it's the Confederation of Helvetica, so CH, and that's where that comes from. So you'll see that on the international abbreviations, you'll see it on bumper stickers, you'll see it on license plates, it's CH rather than, something that starts with an S like you might suspect. Alright, so let's keep moving, keeping this cadence up. Bonjour. Alright guys, keep moving, keep that cadence up. Right around 90 is what we're shooting for. You're a little bit, a hair above or hair below, that's okay. Again, if you find that you're not where you want to be, if you're not anywhere close to 90, just incrementally, slowly build that up. As we've talked about, remember that this isn't just simply one factor that determines this. It has to do with your specific neuromuscular patterns. It has to do with your muscular strengths and endurance. It has to do with your aerobic capacity. All of these things are different factors.
Incline 1,
which
resistance
come into play
13.
when we talk about cadence. So whether you're going for comfort, whether you're going for efficiency, or whether you're going for just sheer power, those are all different things. You're working different
Minus
systems
113.
as you're seeking out each of those. So it's something to shoot for, but it is something that's very individual. You don't have to be,
Flat 13.
beat yourself up on it, because there isn't an absolute right. Alright, so we're just going to maneuver slowly through here. I see. This is so cool, this little tunnel through these willows. Bonjour.
-113.
Alright, so this gets a little bit sketchy. We're going to be
Flat
careful here.
13.
Bonjour. Let's see. This is so cool. Bonjour. Merci. Bonjour. Alright. Okay, so into this deep, dark tunnel. Okay, let's keep that cadence up. And keep moving. Bonjour. Bonjour. Merci. Bonjour. Bonjour. Excusez-moi. Bonjour. Merci. Alright, let's keep moving, guys. Keep that intensity the same. So right around 4 out of 10. This is the beauty of these recovery rides. Bonjour. Oh, merci. So it gives us a chance to explore. Bonjour. Bonjour. Gives us a chance to explore and just see new places. So really that's part of the coolest thing about cycling in general and endurance athletics is you get to use your body to generate work. It's all about just putting in work, just day after day. And work implies that we exert force to displace an object. And when that object is us, it allows us to see some really incredible places. Alright, it's a little sketchy here. Up out of the saddle if you need. Rest that backside. Got a little steep descent here, so we're going to be careful.
-112. Flat 13.
Bonjour. Merci beaucoup. Alright, looks like we got a running team approaching us, so all that talk about etiquette, we're going to give them as much space as we can. Bonjour. Merci. Bonjour. Alright, keep it up, guys. Nice work. Nice and easy. Light intensity. We're going to keep moving along this trail. Bonjour. Bonjour. Excusez-moi. Non. Ok, merci beaucoup. we're back on the open road.
Flat
Alright
13.
guys, we got just a few more
Target
minutes left.
RPM 90.
Let's keep moving. I'm trying to shoot for right around 35 minutes for this week. So, you know, just again, we're going to incrementally increase week by week in that volume, slowly build our fitness, our endurance. Alright, we'll squeeze through here. Let's see. Let's keep that cadence nice and high if you can. Alright, nicely done guys, keep it up. We got a little bit of a gap, so we're going to shoot this real quick. Some beautiful Lake Geneva. Man, that's amazing. So another crazy fact about this lake. So back in the year, right around the year 600 AD, there was a huge tsunami that took place on this lake. And it completely wiped out some of the cities on the shore. So one of these cities is a city known as Lausanne, and completely wiped it out. It was estimated that the wave was around 15 meters high, which is over 45 feet tall, and it came because of some type of geological event that happened underneath the surface of the lake, caused this huge wave to come up, and it took out these entire cities, completely wiped them out. So it's really amazing how you can see the power that takes place when you have these geological features combined with water. So it's not just something that happens on an ocean, it can actually happen on a lake just like this. Based off of like the records that the geologists have put together, some geologists that are based actually in Geneva, they said that there's historical markers that there have been at least 6 in history that they're able to record, 6 giant tsunamis that have taken out certain sections. There have been periods of time where certain sides of the shore on Lake Geneva, there have been these lulls in civilization in these areas, and it's been because of these big tsunamis that have come through and just
Minus
wiped out
113.
these cities. So kind of a crazy fun fact. Something else that I thought of when we went by those police officers
Flat 13.
is a little bit of history about the again, the military. So when the Swiss were trying to get rid of the different attempts by the Roman Empire to come in and conquest, or for different conquests and to come in and conquer, and to continue to try to have a presence in here, the Swiss, they became known as the fiercest warriors within all of Europe, and because of that reputation, there was high demand for the different Swiss warriors. So Swiss mercenaries became, a really important resource, and different kings and different kingdoms throughout all of Europe would employ these Swiss mercenaries, and they were able to travel into other countries.
Incline
And,
to resistance
Were
13.
known for their ferocity in defending, you know, whoever they were employed by.
Minus 113.
It's something that a lot of people don't think about. It still exists even today. Vatican
Flat
City,
13.
which is an autonomous nation state landlocked within Italy, is actually protected by the Swiss Guard. So these Swiss soldiers live outside of Switzerland, inside Vatican City, and they actually have dual citizenship. They're able to have, you know, citizenship within the Vatican and then also within Switzerland. And you know, people sometimes don't think about that, but they're just a modern representation of, you know, these Swiss mercenaries being employed by other countries. Pretty cool. It was something that I kind of didn't realize until, you know, I was studying up on it, but kind of cool to see that that reputation still persists. Bonjour.
Minus 113.
Okay guys, so we got just about 4 more minutes. We're going to shoot for about 4 more minutes.
Incline 113.
We're going to keep moving along this route. 46.
Flat 13. Target RPM 90.
Alright, I got to keep my shoulders down. It's something I keep thinking about. So we got a bunch of picnics going on, and man, it smells good. It's probably a good indication that I gotta make sure that after this workout, just like every workout, you gotta make sure to replenish those resources that we use. And those resources don't change. It's always carbohydrates, protein, fluids, and electrolytes. So the easiest way to do that is within this interval after we finish this workout, within about 45 minutes, there's this optimal window whereas we consume a little bit of protein and some carbohydrates in combination with fluids. That'll speed up our recovery. So that's something that we do every single day. It doesn't change. It's not complicated, but you know, it really does make a huge difference day to day, taking care of those little things. So make sure you do that today and just like every day. So if you want to use a protein shake, that's awesome. If you want to do it through, you know, whole foods, that's awesome as well. But make sure you use, you know, that window of opportunity that you have within those first 30 to 45 minutes to really take advantage of that. I get asked all the time, you know, what I do for nutrition, and the biggest suggestion that I can give, you know, rather than following a really strict, specific, absolute right diet, is just to deprocess your diet. So get rid of processed junk, eat real whole foods, and really take advantage of timing. Timing is important, so make sure that you replenish those calories through carbohydrates and protein with plenty of fluids after your workouts. And you know, that really is the key,
Minus
rather than
113.
getting stuck on a very specific one way of eating. Bonjour. Now, obviously, there's lots of variety. Lots of studies have shown that bodies can do really well on lots of different varied diets as long as you get rid of the processed crap. So just get rid of all the stuff that's just wasted, lacking nutrients, and fill up on wholesome, you know, whole foods. And you know, it's not something that you'll see immediate results overnight, but you know, consistently day in and day out, week in and week out, you'll start to notice differences in the way that you feel, the way you sleep, as well as your mood. You get rid of that processed crap, and you don't notice as big of fluctuations in your blood pressure, or rather your blood sugar. Yeah, blood pressure as well, but what I meant to say is blood sugar. That'll help with your mood and your energy levels. All right, we got a little bit of blind corner. Woo. And let's go.
Flat
Okay,
13.
so this is designed to be for road bikes, not mountain bikes, so we're going to be as careful as we can, but kind of fun though to explore these places. I like it anyway. Okay, a little bit of a gnarly ascent.
Incline 1, resistance
And
13. Flat 13.
Alright guys, just another minute or so and then we'll wrap this up. And check this out. Those beautiful Swiss Alps, Lake Geneva.
1, 13.
Bonjour.
Flat 13. We have under 2 minutes left.
Got little ones in tow up here, so we'll go nice and easy. Bonjour. Bonjour. Let's keep that cadence up. Guys, congrats on another huge week of training. So this was a big step, a big increase from where we were. Bonjour. Where we were a week ago even. So we're just going to gradually, slowly, day by day, incrementally build up the volume of this. We're going to try and keep the intensities similar. So light intensities on these easy workouts and then moderate intensities on these climbs. And we'll keep it up week after week, consistently. Let's go see what we can find down here. Nice and easy. Boom. Whew. All right. This is the end of the road, literally. I think this is about as good a place as any to wrap this thing up. So guys, again, congrats on an amazing workout. Congrats on sticking it through to the end. Check this out. Beautiful Lake Geneva. You got these Alps in the background, all these beautiful cities that line the shore. Whew, doesn't get any better than this, guys. Congrats on finishing all the way up. Make sure you come back. We're going to go week 3. I'll see you again on workout number 11. We'll go with a nice recovery and then start out another week of serious training. We're going to get in these good climbs and then just keep grinding. Just 1 week at a time. I'm Tommy Rivs, and I'll see you next time, guys. Good work.
$38 minutes, 10 miles, 64. Sweaty. It was a good workout. 10 miles, 64. Don't ever trust when Tommy Reeves tells you it's a recovery. Let's have a good day. It's Monday. Yeah.